So I downloaded Grindr.
I'm in this position for a reason, and I'm meant to learn and grow from it.
I come from, like I said, having a big family to having nobody here at all.
So you turned it from an April Fool's joke
Yeah.
to like, damn, I'm too deep right now.
What's going on, everybody? I am your host, Yael, and this is your co-host, Miguelito, and welcome to Find a Way. This is our first ever podcast video episode, so we are super excited to just kind of express ourselves. First episode is going to focus about moving to Florida. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. He's from
Jersey.
For anybody that maybe kind of just wanted to move, just want to know what it is like, or just a little nosy, just want to watch a podcast, and here we are. So why I decided to come to Florida?
What was the reason? I just explained the reason.
So originally I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I was there for about pretty much all my life. I was working for the police department at the time, and I had just bought a home, and I felt like I had pretty much accomplished everything that I could think of accomplishing back home in Cleveland. I was looking for that, like, I guess, that next step, that something that's spontaneous that no one around me has only imagined of doing but never actually did it. And then I hate the winter, so it was like a double whammy to just kind of like let's try it out. It started off as an April Fool's joke, actually. I was working, like I said, for Cleveland Police, and I typed up a formal resignation letter stating that I was going to be taking a job with the Department of St. Petersburg Police. And I sent it up, and then everybody was all upset about it. And then at the end, it was like April Fool's, but I had gotten so much support from like people back home. Like, it all started off as an April Fool's joke, but I was like, what if I were to actually like really try this? So I did. Now here we are.
So you turned it from an April Fool's joke
Yeah.
to like, damn, I'm too deep right now.
Like I was like, I gotta commit now. Like I don't even know how to tell these people like it's a joke. Like, yeah, it was. Here we are.
That's funny. So I ended up here because I was in Alaska, but I was in a period of my life where I was following Christianity for all the wrong reasons. And it wasn't a relationship between me and God. It was just me trying to please the people around me. One part of me wanted to be like, take advantage of this blessing. Like, this is a one-time in a lifetime opportunity. Like, you don't know when the next time you're going to be able to just like go across the United States and just like vibe out. And then the other part of me was like, no, you need to like work hard on your own and not depend on anyone. And I decided to like really think about it, and my gut was genuinely telling me to go to Florida and take this as like a blessing opportunity and just see what happens.
That's right. Some call it coincidence, baby. I call it divine timing. Because won't he do it? Won't he do it?
How did we go from like wherever we were to like now creating a podcast? Like, even though this is the first one, like I feel like that's where it all started. Like, the last 2 days have been rough for me because I've been wanting to do this, and like I've been wanting to like.
We had some bumps
Yeah.
in the road, but we're here now. We had some bumps in the road.
But I just feel like because it was so new and like actually committing to it and actually being here and actually doing it, it doesn't feel as like scary or as harsh.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more natural.
Yeah.
I think it's because we're actually in a flow state. I was thinking about it all the way up to here. Like, man, I've been thinking about this for about 3 years. And like, we're actually going to actually execute this. And like, is this really what I want to do? And I started thinking, like, did I pray hard enough? Like, did I ask God? Like, God, is this what you want to do? So yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Talk about like how we adjusted.
So I come from back home. I come from a city where I have a huge family. You know what I'm saying? And my family is pretty well known back home. So a lot of people tend to know us since my earliest memory. Anywhere that I walk into, they know my cousin, aunt, uncle, mom, dad, whatever the case may be. And then I was working for Cleveland Police back home. So I was with my department for about 6 years. Had a very good rapport with the people in my department. You know, was very well known. So leaving all that behind, you know, I had that expectation of knowing I'm going to go into this is going to be something different. I'm not going to know anybody, you know. You always go in excited, but when you're actually in the moment, it's a lot different. And it was a huge culture shock for me. You know what I'm saying? I come from, like I said, having a big family to having nobody here at all. And the department that I was in, I was there for about 6 years, going to the department where I knew nobody. and having to start all over. Laws are different here in Florida than they are in Ohio. The commute, I went from driving 10 minutes every day to driving an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, because you were in St. Pete.
Yes. And I was living in Riverview.
Riverview?
Yes. I moved to Riverview and I was working in St. Pete. So it's about an hour, 15-minute commute, with Florida traffic. So it was, that alone was mentally exhausting every day. So it took a toll. Especially, I think the first couple months is the hardest. It's because it's like that honeymoon stage where everything is new and you want to go out and do things, but you have nobody to do it with.
So how did you end up making friends?
So
it's like, how real we gonna be?
So I downloaded Grinder. This is weird. Downloaded Grinder. Met a lot of people who didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, I did find one person who kind of took me under their wing. And then from there, thanks to their friendship group, I kind of piggybacked off their friendship group and then started to make my own friends. In the beginning, it was hard, not gonna lie. I think moving to is learning that longevity and or how do I want to word this? I guess moving, you learn that it's a lot harder to make friends as adults, for the reason being is because a lot of people that you know from back home, there's longevity attached to it. You know what I'm saying? You guys went to school together. You guys probably played basketball. Your moms have known each other since the second grade. So there's always some type of connection that you know this person from that person. We're coming to Florida, it's like nobody here knows you. And nobody has to put up with certain behaviors or certain things that you're used to that they would back home. So it was all around just a culture shock. And just trying to make friends as an adult is not easy at all. It's very difficult.
Yeah, I feel like for me, when I was trying to, just like coming down here and trying to establish myself, like making friends, it was actually like really hard. Well, actually, no. Because like I told myself that I, like, things come naturally to me. Like, 'cause, like the words that you speak over yourself, it like determines like what the world is presenting to you.
Mm-hmm.
So like the more whatever you repeat to yourself is like whatever the world looks like, whatever. Anyway, I would go out and like I wasn't like as social as I wanted to be, and I was just like more like to myself. But then I was like at the same point I was like desperate to like make friends. So I was like surrounding myself around groups of people that just like reminded me of my past, and it was like more of I would say like a coping mechanism to me to attach to the things that are familiar. And like I wanted to leave that part of me back in like Jersey or in Alaska. So when I came to Florida, I wanted to start new. I even told myself I wasn't gonna drink or smoke. And I was on the phone with my brother, and you want to know? He was like, "Oh, I want you to tell me that you're not gonna drink or smoke after a couple months of being in Florida." And I was like, "Girl,
The devil is a motherfucking
like, no.
liar. So I ain't worried. Biatch.
I'm better than that." But in reality, it was because like all that stuff when I was in Alaska was removed, but I was still vaping towards the end. And then, anyway, I surrounded myself around groups of people that they filled a void in my heart, but it wasn't for my benefit. It was more to just like keep me complacent. And then I noticed it because whenever I'd be around these people, it would be sort of draining. And then I started dealing with men.
The man. Oh, the Florida man. They call them Florida man for a reason, let me tell you.
Do you want to start or should I start?
Go ahead, you go ahead. It's all you. That's all you.
Well, basically, I was trying to fill the void of love externally rather than looking and searching from within. And it was not easy because I had to go through like 2 situationships sort of that was completely one-sided. Now I'm at a point where I'm just like, I'm not falling back into these patterns. Like I actually want to learn. I actually want to grow. So I need to like trust my gut and my intuition that's trying to guide me. And like literally this morning it smacked me across the head. Not really, like metaphorically, but I just have to tell myself, I was like, if I want the change, I need to change what I'm doing. Nothing changes if nothing changes.
Absolutely. I'm kind of glad that you kind of mentioned that too, to piggyback on to what I said earlier about, I guess, that longevity and things like that. So it kind of, so being new here is like, it's hard because it's like you come here and you were a certain way your whole entire life back home. You kicked it with a certain group of friends, a certain group of people, certain bar, maybe the case may be, you had a certain identity and a certain personality. I don't know what your experience was, but I started to look for a lot of my old friends in new people. And like you were saying, it was like, in so many ways I had grown and wasn't the same person. And it's like, I didn't fit in. But because you're alone, because you miss, I guess, that connection to people, I guess that having people around, that you kind of settle with it, just the first person that says hello to you. And it is always healthy, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, oh my God, this person wants to be my friend, like, let's go. And then, you're in some situations, like you said, the first couple, like maybe year or two, like you meet a lot of people and you're just like, it's like process of elimination. Like, yeah, this person, like, this person did this, or it's like, and that it's always that first group of friends that you get, I guess, connected with, and it's like, oh my God, it feels like this is it. And then, like you said, it's like you have to learn the hard way. Like, yeah, this is not my people.
Wait, so how was it for you, like letting go of old friendships that like you were sort of like trying to detach from? Because I feel like a lot of people, including me, like struggled with letting go of old friendship that didn't really serve a purpose, but because our friendship lasted so long, like because we were just friends for so long, I was like taking toxic behaviors as like, but using the time as an excuse.
So that's tough because I'm the type of person where I love very passionately, whether that be romantic or platonic. And a boyfriend or girlfriend could break your heart at an immense level, but have you ever been through a friendship breakup? Like, I'm talking about your dogs, and it's like, it doesn't happen overnight. It just happens like gradually. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think the hardest part was a lot of people want to see you doing well, but never better than them. You know what I'm saying? So when you leave, you experience things that people in your hometown won't ever experience because they never really left.
They're townies, and like you're leaving that.
You get what I'm saying?
And like they're gonna judge you anyway, but like they're just mad that they couldn't take that step.
So a lot of
like,
people
go out.
A lot of people will hit you with, oh, you're Hollywood now.
Mm-hmm.
You're acting different. Oh, you live in Florida. You think you're brand new. When in reality, it's not that. It's just I'm struggling on an every day-to-day basis mentally with just connection, with distance and things like that. Things that you guys don't really understand.
This is a little bit off topic, but everything that we see in other people that like bothers us or like we see as an issue is a mirror of like what we struggle with in ourselves.
I've heard that before. I don't ever see it. What am I talking about?
What gave you the confidence? Delusion.
But if we were just to come to an understanding with ourselves and know that like we're okay no matter what goes on in my day, like if I get yelled at, like I'm still gonna be okay. Like in that moment, my ego may want to react, but I can tell myself like, no, like I'm good.
Don't let me be the voice of reason. We will be scrapped. But yeah, I think it was the last time actually. What was the red lights? And he was like, if all the lights keep turning red, what does that mean? I was like, slow down. You're like, yeah. You see, you gotta be my voice of reason because I would have ate all the marks. I would have took them off. But so I think you're doing a pretty good job.
We'll be back right after this ad.
Do you ever feel, not so fresh? Sure, that's why I douche. But only with natural ingredients. Who has natural ingredients? Massengill. They have vinegar and water or baking soda. Trust Massengill to make you feel naturally fresh.
And that's my birthday.